There are certain words that don't just reach a woman's ears, they pierce straight into her heart, words that make her guard fall, her doubts vanish, and her soul feel seen in a way she's been craving all her life. This isn't about sweet talk, charm, or empty lines. It's about the raw language of connection, the kind most men never learn and most women will never admit works on them. I've been on both sides of this. I've watched women who swore they'd never let their walls down, melt completely when a man said just one sentence with truth behind it, and I felt it myself. That jolt, that almost physical shift when someone spoke to the deepest part of me, not the part I show the world, but the part I try to hide. And let me be clear, this isn't manipulation. This isn't tricking someone into falling for you. This is alignment, speaking to the soul of a woman, not the surface. Because when you learn what to say, how to say it, and most importantly, when to say it, resistance becomes impossible. So let's break this down. I'm about to share the phrases, the exact words that unlock a woman's deepest needs, the need to feel safe, to be seen, to be chosen, to be heard, to be respected, and to be loved without conditions. Say these words with honesty, with intention, and you'll understand why no woman can resist a man who truly gets her. Phrase 1. I see you. There's something haunting about walking through life unseen. Most women know this feeling too well. We are noticed, yes, but often only for our looks, our bodies, or the roles we play. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's successful. Labels, but not the soul. And what every woman longs for deep inside is someone who cuts through that noise and says, with eyes steady and voice certain, I see you. This doesn't mean repeating those 3 words like some line out of a movie. No, it means you actually pause and look beyond the surface. She tells you about her struggles, her dreams, her messy family, her fears, and instead of glazing over or rushing to give advice, you stop. You look at her as if she's more than the story she's telling, and then you say it, I see you. Not just what you've been through, not just the image you show, but you, and you're incredible. I know a woman who said those words broke her. She had spent years hiding behind a polished version of herself, the one she thought men wanted to see. One evening, while spilling her heart about her failures, she expected judgment. Instead, he said softly, I see you. She said it was the first time in her life she didn't feel invisible. But here's the warning, this phrase isn't for show. Women sense fake energy in seconds. If you say it like a trick, it backfires. The magic lies in meaning it, in actually seeing her, the contradictions, the brilliance, the brokenness, and accepting her anyway. Because when a woman feels seen, really seen, she doesn't resist. She can't. She feels safe enough to open the doors she's kept locked for years. And that more than flowers or compliments is what melts her heart. Phrase 2, you're safe with me. Men rarely understand the weight women carry, the constant scanning, the quiet worry. Am I safe? Will this be used against me? Will he judge me? Will he leave if I reveal too much? It's not paranoia, it's survival. A lifetime of being told to protect ourselves because one wrong step can change everything. So when a man says, you're safe with me, and backs it up with actions, it's like a fortress collapsing. And no, safety isn't just about fighting off threats. It's deeper. Emotional safety is what most women crave but rarely find. The safety to cry without being mocked. The safety to confess secrets without them turning into weapons. The safety to let go without fearing betrayal. I once heard a story of a woman who shared something she had buried for years. Shame, fear, the kind of story that makes you brace for disgust. She waited for him to pull back. Instead, he took her hand and said, "Thank you for trusting me. You're safe with me, always." She said in that moment, she didn't just feel understood, she felt unbreakable. But again, this isn't a phrase you toss around like confetti. Saying you're safe means you create the conditions that prove it. Your tone, your patience, the way you hold space for her feelings without judgment. That's what gives weight to the words. When a woman believes she's safe with you, she will share her truest self. And that is when her resistance dies. Not because she has no choice, but because she finally trusts enough to stop holding back. Phrase 3. Tell me more about that. This one seems so simple that most men overlook it, but let me tell you, this phrase is gold. Why? Because most people don't listen. They wait for their turn to speak, to jump in with their own story, to make the moment about themselves. Women notice this, we feel it, and we disconnect. But when you lean in and say, "Tell me more about that," something shifts. You've just given her space to expand, to explain, to show you her world. That small question says, "I'm not rushing. I want to know you. Your mind, your feelings, your life matters to me." I remember a woman saying she was on a date, casually mentioning her job. She expected the usual nod and topic change. Instead, he asked, "Tell me more about that. What's it really like for you?" She said she ended up pouring her heart out for 20 minutes, sharing her struggles and dreams while he listened, truly listened. No phone, no interruptions, just presence. And by the end, she wasn't just attracted, she was captivated. The power of this phrase is in your tone. If you say it like you're checking a box, she'll shut down. But if your eyes lock in, if your body language shows you care, she feels it. She feels heard. And nothing makes a woman resist less than being with a man who listens not to reply, but to understand. Phrase 4, I choose you. This one cuts deep because of the times we live in. Options everywhere, apps, swipes, likes. It all makes love feel disposable. Women know this too well. The silent fear of being just another name on a list. So when a man looks at her and says, "I choose you," it stops her in her tracks. Not, "I want you because you're available," not "you're convenient," but "I choose you because you're you." That certainty melts insecurity. It says, I'm not with you because I have no better options. I'm with you because even with options, I still want you. I recall a story of a woman dating someone who had other women circling. She lived with constant doubt. Then one evening, he took her hand and said, "I choose you, not because you're the only choice, but because you're the right choice." She told me in that moment all her anxiety vanished. She didn't need to compete anymore. She was chosen. But again, don't play with this. Choosing her means backing it with action, loyalty, consistency, showing up. Because when a woman feels chosen, truly chosen, she doesn't resist, she relaxes, she invests back into you, and she gives you a kind of love you'll never experience with half commitments. Phrase 5, I'm not going anywhere. This is the ultimate anchor. In today's world, people leave at the first sign of trouble. Women know this too well. Being left when things get messy, being abandoned when they're no longer easy, that fear runs deep. So when you hold her face, look her straight in the eye and say, I'm not going anywhere. It's more than words. It's security. It's stability. It's a promise that she doesn't have to be perfect to be loved. I remember a woman saying she was going through one of the darkest times in her life. She was messy, emotional, struggling. She expected him to leave. Instead, when she apologized for being difficult, he whispered, I'm not going anywhere. Not now, not ever. She said she broke down in tears, not from sadness, but from relief, because finally she felt safe to stop pretending. But understand, this phrase only works if you mean it, if your actions match. You can't disappear when it gets hard. You can't withdraw love when she's not at her best. I'm not going anywhere isn't a slogan, it's a commitment. And when a woman believes it, she doesn't resist. She leans in, she softens, she lets you all the way in. So why do these phrases work? Why do they cut deeper than charm or flattery? Because they touch what every woman longs for at her core, to be seen, to feel safe, to be heard, to be chosen, to be loved without conditions. Understand this. These aren't tricks. They aren't lines you throw around to get what you want. If you don't mean them, she will feel it instantly. A woman's intuition is sharper than you think. But if your words are honest, if your actions match them, if they come from a place of genuine care, she won't resist you. She'll lean into you. She'll trust you. She'll open her heart in ways she's never opened it before, because in the end, the most irresistible man isn't the one with the smoothest words. It's the one whose words carry truth, depth, and real presence. So the next time you're with a woman, remember this. It's not about saying a lot. It's about saying the right things with the right intention. When you do, resistance disappears and connection becomes inevitable.